Hello everybody, welcome back to our single player world. This is the captain's quarters of our ship and it is finally done. I think we can call the ship pretty much all the way done. If you guys like what I'm sitting in, by the way, this is my sittable chair. Try work it out. It's a pretty cool chair. Let me know if you guys like it. So let's get started on this episode. First of all, I have practically finished the ship. I'm going to just bump my head very quickly. And I'll put back on my armor. I don't know why. Thought it'd be better off walking around like that. So first of all, we've got ourselves everything moved in. We've got a parrot in here. We still need to do one more map, but look at that. Getting closer to finishing off these maps. In fact, by the way, I actually started this episode about a day or so ago, and I was just not happy with the way it was turning out, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to scrap it. I'm going to start again, show you guys what's going on, get to what we do in this episode. But first of all, I want to just quickly update you. So here, look at this. This is the final design, at least for now, of the ship's steering. We've got this area here. I can't even remember what I've shown you guys. We've got this awesome netting area over here, which we'll get into that a bit later. But this has been 2 streams worth of work that we've worked on the ship, just adding stuff to the insides, doing a bunch of stuff with the decorating and just planning of it in general. So you guys have seen all this area here, I think, just a few extra boxes and stuff lying around there. Here's our animals, of course, looking good. I've still got a few small things to fix up, and in fact, I still want to fix up the very bottom of the ship underneath. So here we go. This is pretty new. And what we've got here is we've got a little bit of a crew eating area with some seats, a galley for the ship over here, which is pretty cool. I thought it's pretty awesome. Got a little bit of a serving area. Got some just little minor details. The fine details, you know what I mean. They're the good ones. And then, of course, some cobwebs and stuff around here. And then we'll go down to the next level. I've always got to check out for creepers. It's not mob proof right now. And this over here is just a general storage area, which we've got obviously our crates and boxes tied down with some rails, of course. And that's just generally what we're doing. A bit of a barrel over here. Very, very simple build, I guess. Now with all these small things making it look a bit more complicated, but it's a very, very simple build. And overall, that is our ship relatively done on the inside. The outside, I still want to do a few things with those little pieces around there, making it a bit more smooth. Probably adding a little bit more detail, but that's not a big deal. So how about we get started on today's episode? And by the way, I do have 57 levels. I was a little bit stupid, and I dropped my pickaxe. So I had to redo one. So our challenge to get to 100 levels has been pushed back just a little bit. Oh, come here. Yeah, skeleton. Good, it's no creeper. Another skelly. Come on, get in the water. You're dead. You know you're dead if you get in the water. Or maybe me. No. Okay, creepers. No, we're safe. Beautiful, wonderful. If you guys don't know where we are, let me just show you. This was actually, yeah, incorrect. Lighting, can you please fix yourself? That'd be great. Okay, that's a little bit more fixed. All right, so first of all, this over here, if you guys don't know where it is, that's our little wrecked area. You come over here, we've got this hidden cave, the first puzzle, and this is going to be a series of puzzles and a maze and stuff like that in this area. I'm really looking forward to how this turns out. And what we are doing here is we're going to be adding in the next section of this. So basically, you come into this room, your objective is to light all 4 of these. So there's one there, another one over there and there, but they're actually switched off right now. I think if I press this button, puts both of those on, gives you that little noise, and we can go through onto the next room. And this is why we have haste 2, which is right around there. I really think that needs to be added on here somewhere, maybe on the top there or something, but that's all right. And what I've been doing is I've dug out this massive area here, which actually didn't take too long, and because of obviously the haste 2. And what I'm doing is I'm slowly but surely making a little bit of a tunnel, a little bit of a path around here where we're going to have a few different things, a few different challenges that we can take part in and maybe challenge ourselves to get up to the altar at the top. And my point with this is that I want to transition slowly. As you're getting closer to the end, I want to start having more and more ice-related things. Because, of course, this is the ice altar, and we want to show that when we get to the top. So, pretty much what I'm going to do now is I'm going to carry on with a little bit of this, because I want to get started on the real thing that we want to get on in today's episode. So, first of all, I will get a little bit of the area all laid out, and then we can go on to explaining what my grand master plan for this episode is. We go in with the doors closed. That keeps it safe. All right, so I've done a bit more work in here. You can see we've got to clear out a few mobs here quickly. Come on here, creeper. You know, I don't even care if it blows stuff up. It kind of might just add to what we're doing here. And the skelly, of course. There's always one of them. Wonderful. Okay, so you can see I've done a little bit more of stuff here, and now it's about time we get started on explaining to you what's going on, because you're left out in the dark right now, and it's very important to kind of just grasp what we're doing. So to do that, let's start at where we are going with this world. Many of you know that this is meant to be a world that people download and can play on in, and I'm thinking about that as I'm going through. A few episodes ago, I spoke about how we're developing the world to look like, to be our own open world that you can walk through, but I'm trying to guide you through it. And the same thing goes for this, and I think it might be a bit more obvious with what we're doing here. So basically, let's just pretend you've walked through this door, you've solved that puzzle, you've walked through this door. You could just do this, right? You could just jump down there. But because of what we're doing here, we're playing with some interesting things. For instance, putting this down here, you can see what's going on. It kind of just gives you this visual block over here. There's a bit of a cliff. You could jump down it, but you don't have to. You just walk around, go through here, kind of get a view of this place. And I was originally thinking of doing these as tunnels, but tunnels just seem a little bit too easy. I wanted to do it a little bit more fun, and I think a big cave could be kind of cool. So as we walk through here, of course, there's all these pieces here. You don't go to them. There's no real need. This is blocking your way. It just kind of looks cool. We can add some decoration in there. And this over here gives you that feeling that you have to turn. And very rightly, because under here, we've got a massive, this I've just added in, by the way, a massive ravine. And what I want to do is, I want to, instead of having puzzle rooms like I had originally planned, I want there to be rooms with many puzzles, if that makes sense. So not like a room that I only have one puzzle in, kind of like what we did there in the beginning. That's the first challenge room. Then we go into here, we'll have a little bit of a parkour course. That's what we're doing today. We're doing the parkour area. And I've dug out this area in here. You can see I've let the roof go up a bit more. We still have to do a lot of work on the roof over here. But that's not for today. For today, what we're doing is we're going to be adding in the first interactive component of this build, at least past the door. And what this is going to be is we're going to have a parkour course that'll allow you to push 3 buttons. I think 3 will be a good number. And the idea of it is you push one, push another. That if you do all 3 of them within a certain amount of time, I think, we will have a little bit of a redstone circuit, which we're not going to actually do today. We won't do the redstone today. That's a whole other day. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to have those open up this bridge, this future bridge over here. Maybe push something out just so that we can do 1, 2, 3. You can hop right over and get to the other side. And, oh, yep, that's what you don't want to happen. My plan with this is as well, if you have a look at this, I don't want you to be able to come out of here. The plan is you're going to put your items up away at the top, because you're going to lose them if you die in this place. That's what I want. I want it to be a very dangerous place. So I'll have a little bit of a place where you can put all your items and get them when you get to the top of this, at the end of this challenge. But I've made this lip underneath here, which you would have seen, so that there's no way to jump back up. Your only way is to go to the bottom. I'll eventually dig that out. And in fact, I want to do something cool by removing bedrock. And it's a lot of bedrock. If you guys are aware of how to do that, you can do it. It's not even a joke. You can actually remove bedrock. It's a very interesting thing to do. And when I do it, I'll show you guys what's going on. I've actually shown it in a video once. So let's get going on what I've got here. I've decided to think about what are things we can use here, because with this whole design and what we are building, we like with the open world thing, the terrain, what I've learned from watching videos now, and just in general try to look up on it a bit more now, since watching one video, which if I remember, I'll if I can find it at least, I'll leave the link. It's a very interesting video, which was given to me by Peanut, which was very, very interesting, and it's kind of made me think about this a lot more differently. So what I've got here is I've got the terrain, we've got the heights, we've got everything built in here, and really that's not what's important. What's important is what we are going to be putting in here to guide you around this parkour course. And the parkour course is going to be a completely open course. So first of all, I've got some routes, which I was hoping to put in here, and I thought junglewood would be kind of cool. And I want to make it so that there's really only one path, or maybe 2 paths, to get to one button, to another button, to another button. Maybe we'll put them around the place. And I was thinking if we could do some routes, for instance, like this, and for you guys who might not know too much about Minecraft parkour, because I'm pretty bad at parkour myself, so I've never really paid too much attention to it. I'm not too familiar with all the tricks of this, so hopefully we can get some really cool, difficult things to do. I'm not too sure how easy it'll be to make a difficult parkour course, but we'll try it. So, for instance, here, like a jump that's very hard to make, for instance, by Putting in another piece of the roof, maybe. Maybe we can do something like that to block us. So we have to take like an odd angle. That's something we can do. Yeah, something like that. I'll play around with them a bit more, but stuff like that. Also, I want to put an ice crystal in here, which will be something that we can use to get to. So I might just put that in because my planning of this is really not existent right now. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to just go for something that's kind of organic looking, that we don't overthink and end up messing up. I just want it to be something that looks fairly organic, something that doesn't turn out to be a square, kind of like what this room was, a very rectangular thing. So let's do that. Maybe put in a few of those, and it'll be kind of obvious, hopefully, if someone came up here, that they need to make their way up to the top here. But we'll work this into it. So let's go down again, and there. And of course, another cool thing will be using these over here, the panes, for crystals to be able to walk on, and also use that to make it a bit more parkoury. So let's go down here now. Bam. There we go. That's cool. That's all right. And we'll get to decoration eventually. Some other things which I thought would be kind of cool would be some leaves, some vines, maybe even people who were here before, because this is meant to be a trials thing. The people who were here before, maybe some scaffolding around the place. So that's why I've brought some of these to maybe do something like over here. Let's just try it out very quickly. I had an idea for it. So we do something like this, and like that, 2, 3. Maybe we'll put that one down there. 2, 3. Let's do that. Wonderful. Okay, let's have a look at how this turns out. So something like this, where we can make it a little bit more interesting, where you can maybe walk on certain parts of this, have to drop down in certain other parts, and perhaps something like, I was thinking like this could be cool. I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, that can work. That can work. It's all a matter of me refining my ideas. So what I think would be kind of cool is just to step away from here. I'll go ahead into super build mode, try and get some stuff here to show you guys. And hopefully we can do some testing on this today. And we're back, and I've done a bit of stuff. In fact, I was hoping to do decorating, but you know what? We can't do decorating until we've got this place all sorted out. So what I was going to do is I was actually going to decorate the area and then work it out, but I feel like just putting in pieces in different places helps around a lot. So what I've done is I've put in one of these blocks. I could actually swap this one out for a bit of string to hold up that concrete powder block, but it's all right. It'll work. So I've got the first piece of this, I guess, puzzle. Sort of a puzzle. Done. I want to have 3 different parkour courses all mixed in here together. So there'll be just definitive courses to do. And what I'm hoping to do is maybe do 1 or maybe even 2. We'll see how we go. On camera, or maybe just eventually I'll do another course on camera, and then we'll see how we go. For someone else to find it. Someone else to, maybe you guys can try work out what the course is, because it's not very obvious what the course is, but if you have a look and you work it out, you can kind of work your way backwards. I'm also going to put a light up where the button's going to be. So this is my solution of doing this course. I think you could actually probably shortcut this and jump that way. That's right. I'll show you my way if I don't fail, which I'm probably going to. Yeah. And by the way, ignore the incredibly clanky keyboard. Just give me a second. Let me try this out. So there. Ooh, doing better than I do normally. Okay, perfect. So that's my way there, right? You come up those ones. I could actually even cut over here. Okay. I'm realizing that there are some holes in this design, but that's right. There's some flaws. This is the way I've planned it, at least. But the cool thing is, if you can cut corners and do stuff like that, that's cool as well. I'm enjoying the fact that everything is open world almost, and it's not completely directed. I think that's really, really good. So the next one here is a tricky one, because you can't go up here. You got these vines actually over here. You can't do anything with this one here, but that's just put there to distract you. These are the vines you want to be on. So the trick to this is to kind of jump. Yeah, you see that? You got to jump and turn and push upwards, or push W as you get around there. So it's quite a tricky sort of jump. Let's try see if I can do the shortcut method, in which case I've got 2 options. This is the testing purposes, all right? So I've got 2 options. I can either put something here to block me from doing it, or I could let it stay in there and use that as a sneaky way of getting around. Okay, that one didn't work. Let's give it one more try, and we'll try something else. So, okay, well, that one was terrible. There's, by the way, if you expect me to be good at parkour, there are 2 things at Minecraft which I know for a fact that I'm not good at. parkour and PvP. The two things I am very confident that I'm terrible with. Yeah, I think maybe that one is just an impossible jump. I feel like maybe it's an impossible thing. That's good. And if not, if it's that hard to get to work, yeah, I'm willing to say that's not going to do anything. If it's that hard to get that one to work, I'm happy to keep it in there. So let's try this again. We do that jump. This jump's actually a bit of a tough one until you get the hang of jumping onto these panes. There. I should have tested out that one that I thought there could be one, but I'll show you guys this one. Now, over here, as I say, the trick is to kind of do that. Oh, no, whoa. Trying to get myself, I'm overcorrecting each time. Okay, we'll do it again. Around, yeah, that's it. All right. So that's kind of the path upwards there, and I've also put some string underneath to stop the vines from growing. So you can see it goes there, we can see another piece there, and eventually at the top of the crystal, we'll have one button, and that button we're going to run the redstone, not today, as I say, down through the wall to the bridge that we're going to eventually build here, and we're going to have to work out how we're going to do it. Are we going to do it against the wall, maybe push a single block out each time, and then you can maybe jump, and I'm also going to make sure that this is an unjumpable gap, so we'll get to those sorts of things eventually. It's more just the planning stage right now. We'll go through the decorating stage and we'll get all that done. But right now I'm enjoying just doing this little parkour maze over here. So my next one I want to do is going to be right over here. I want to work out how do I make this cool. And what I've thought would be awesome is obviously having a point where you have to start. Having, for instance, here where you can, maybe we can get the ladders involved. For instance, doing something up here. We'll just mess around with it a bit. Something like that. There. Obviously that's not tricky. But we can do that, for instance, make it that you have to jump on this thing for some reason, maybe, and then work your way up to a button over there well, I'm trying to say perhaps and for instance together, but something like that. We can maybe try that out. I don't know. We'll work that out. And also, by the way, bear in mind, I know some people might mention that elytra could be helpful or something along those lines. I'm going to make sure, you know what, if you want to take elytra in here, go for it. But it's probably going to die. That's my point. So my point is you to play the game properly, you would want to go in with absolutely no items, no fall damage. No protection, so you'll take full damage. I'll keep that off because I need to practice this. And also, I want to make some food dispensers around here because, of course, going through all these mazes and puzzles and stuff, that's not going to be very easy. You're going to end up having a lot of hunger, taking a lot of damage. For instance, there you can see I took like a half heart or whatever. Every time I fall here. So if you're like me and you're terrible at this, you're gonna go through a lot of chicken, like I have, trying to play this. And actually, let's check how this goes. Oh man, so close, so close. But you guys get the picture of it. And what I want to do is, as I say, I want to make sure that there's some secrets. There's actually a few secrets around the world which some people have discovered, some people haven't. Most probably haven't discovered all the random secrets. They sometimes pop up in an episode or so. Now let's try this quickly. Okay, I messed up that one terribly. But yeah, there's going to be a few around here as well. For instance, like working out where the third button will be, or maybe even the second button. Who knows? What I want to do now is I want to decorate a bit because it's looking all right. We've got the basic things. Now the next stage is adding on like a little bit of a layer to make everything look good. So I'll probably go a little bit crazy with a few things. And the struggle with this, by the way, this is a little bit different decorating something like this. Because decorating like this means I could add a block, which could make life a lot harder or a lot more easy for someone doing this. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay, I can go all the way out there. That's pretty useful. Okay, and okay, that worked. That's a shortcut. And also another thing, by the way, this block over here makes you battle to get to that block there. So you have to do a sort of smart jump. I don't think I've got up to this point from that way, but I haven't got up to this point here without falling from stupid being me, pretty much. Okay, wonderful. There we go. And what we'll do is we'll put the button up over here, maybe. I don't want it to be too bright, so I'll have to work that out. But that's pretty much the point. I'll just do this just to mark it out. Button. There. Wonderful. And then the next part that we're going to do, obviously, will be the next button, the decorating and stuff like this. And I'm really enjoying this, so hopefully we can get the decorating to match what we've got going on over here. There we go. Decorated, looking pretty good, I think. And I've had to do a few changes. So first one, big one for the first course at least. Well, one course, first obstacle, I guess. would be, instead of starting from here, it's now impossible to get over to that block there. Well, actually, could you? You might even be able to just maybe skim through there. But I've added in a new piece. So this is where the building meets a bit of an interesting twist, I guess. It's really, really enjoyable building this way, I must admit. It's refreshing, actually, trying to change up why you are building things and what the reason for placing blocks in positions are, and it's just a bunch of fun. Playing around, for instance, with these fences, right? So I built this part here, which I realize I can technically jump this, but that's still a tough jump, so we'll keep it there. But this over here is the intentional thing. So I've got this fence post here, which puts you up a half a block, but that means you also bump your head very easily. So you got to time this just right. There we go, perfect. That really doesn't happen very often. It's been one of the most frustrating things as well, doing this parkour, because I'm just like that. Look at that. I'm just so bad at it that I end up falling off 100 times to get anywhere. So let's check how lucky I am this time. If not, I might have to just sneak over. Yeah. Okay, we made it. Look at how well we made that one. Just sneak up over here. I want to just show you guys what's going on, because else I'll do that 100 times, and you'll never see how this thing works. So I've got this part here, then I've got the next part, and this is actually as far as I've got with this one, because I need to work out a little bit more about where. Yep, there we go. That's a tough one, because you got to get around that without falling off. Then you go over from there onto. So let me just walk you through. You go from there onto that side, walk over here, and then you got to try and get your way, similar to how that one there works. Get your way onto the top there, and you've pretty much got it at that stage. That's the plan. Now, for the third one, I've got a kind of an awesome thing which I like to do, which we do in streams. We end up just having a lot of people having input into a build. But this one, anyone out there in YouTube land who would like to maybe have an input on to where our third one, or how our third one's going to work. I mean, just give me a general idea. Maybe if you want to go into detail, that'd be great. But if you've got an idea, let me know. If not, I'll probably just come up with something. We could even maybe have a fourth. Who knows? But for now, I think that is looking relatively complicated, but looking pretty good. And that pillar is not meant to be there, by the way. Before I forget to get rid of it and it becomes a part of the course. This is something I'm very, very happy with. I'm very excited to see this. In fact, I'm actually very excited to see this project connect up to obviously just this pretty looking scenery to this over here. Eventually, just having this whole thing all put together. It's going to be super, super exciting. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm loving how you'll be able to see everything across there as well. It's good. I'm really, really excited about that. But for today, guys, of course, that will do it for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I try and do something a little bit different with my my building, and this is definitely something that I've enjoyed. Something a lot different to the way we normally do. So thank you very, very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.